Panther Broadcasting, powered by Prepcast. We're getting set for week 3. Tom Hartbeck sitting down with Coach Joe Bacon. Coach, thanks for joining.
Yep.
First of all, good win over Zumwalt West, 37-20. You started out those 7-7 at half. What did you say to the team in the locker room, maybe at halftime, to make them score 30 points in the half?
Well, probably the same thing West coach was telling their guy. I mean, it comes down to execution and being aggressive, and we had some execution and some aggressiveness, but it wasn't every play, and we weren't really on top of what we were doing. And West was playing pretty well, especially on defense. And so if we're not doing our stuff real well and they're executing on the other side of the ball, it's not going to work. And so it's just refocusing and making sure we knew what we were doing out there and getting after it.
Do you think anything contributed to that first half being a little shaky?
No, it was kind of weird. Again, West played well, and so with us being a little bit off, we really couldn't move the ball consistently. And then when we did move it pretty well, there were enough mistakes thrown in there that those drives died. And so we just got to be consistent every single play.
You guys seem to hold your own well against bigger teams, Howell West. Now you're going up against Parkway Central this week. Has the game plan changed at all?
Not a ton, but Parkway Central, they are always very disciplined, very well coached. Their kids are aggressive and they play their hearts out. And so, going into the game last year, we were 2-0 and they were 0-2. And I'm sure a lot of people thought that it would be a pretty easy game for us. And that was a struggle all the way to the end. And I expect the same thing Friday night. So the focus really is just like we have to do what we do. We got to do it really well, and we got to do it from the very first snap.
Have the kids kind of responded well to saying, "Oh, hey, look, we had a little bit of adversity in that West game, and now they're transitioning that well into the Central"?
Yeah, and I think they are not okay with playing average football. That bothers them, and that's a good thing. So they're a little bit more focused this weekend. It's been weird with the heat and having to adjust our schedule and everything, but they've been real locked in. I think we'll see a little bit better performance on Friday.
That kind of brings me to some questions about your offense, because it turns into a talking point a little bit for us on the broadcast side. If you didn't have athletes like, say, Isaiah, Cairo, Tyler Oaks, would you be running that spread option offense?
Definitely, yeah.
Still?
For sure, yeah. Because when you run the option, there's 1 or 2 guys you don't have to block, and that's why you look at Army or Navy, Air Force, they all run a very similar offense because they don't have those top-tier athletes typically that the schools that they play against have. And so option football is a good way to balance the playing field and give those other teams a chance. So it's, I think, the best offense when you don't have the top-tier guys, and then when you do add the top-tier guys to it, you can do some special things with it.
That kind of brings me to, what made you settle on it? Because, 10 years ago, you guys have certainly turned a corner while you've been coaching. So when you started doing it, what gave you the idea?
So you go back right before I became the head coach, we had some pretty good teams. So it was pretty up and down. There were some real good seasons and some below average seasons. But then my first year as head coach was the first year we went from Class 4 to Class 5. And that was a big deal back then. And we did not have the size. We did not have the athleticism, especially that first couple of years. And so for us, again, to level the playing field, we felt like switching to an option-based offense would help give us an opportunity against those teams that were bigger and faster than us.
Do you think since last year Central was a struggle, they prepare well for it?
Oh, yeah, I think they do. Yeah, their coaching staff does a real good job. And we've had some battles with Central. We've never played real well at their place. We've only played there a few times, but it's always been a battle. One year, I think it was 12-10 that we beat them. It was a real low-scoring affair. And so, but again, they'll be prepared, and we have to be a little bit better prepared on our end. And that, ultimately, that rests on my shoulders to make sure that we're getting in the reps we need to in practice and we're ready to go on Friday. But they'll be good, and it's a quality football program. But again, the bigger thing is if we want to be one of the better teams, one of the best teams in the area, then we have to play like it. And we got to do it every single week, and we got to do it from start to finish of our games. And so that's what we got to get back to doing.
Well, they certainly adjusted in the second half of last game, and they're in for a fight this week, so it looks to be a good one. Yeah, we're seeing them gel more and more each week, and hopefully we'll see that on Friday too. So thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you.
Panther Broadcasting, powered by Prepcast, your play-by-play network.